In today's world, where technology and the internet weave into the fabric of our daily lives, the revelations of hackers often capture headlines, especially when they unveil hidden truths. One such story comes from an enigmatic figure known only as Skywatcher, an anonymous hacker who has sent shockwaves through the global community with a startling discovery. Skywatcher claims to have unearthed evidence of bizarre and unexplained weather anomalies occurring worldwide. This trove of documents, allegedly sourced from top meteorological organizations and research facilities, reveals a disturbing trend: unusual weather patterns increasing in frequency and intensity over the past few years. The leaked information includes satellite images, climate models, and internal communications among scientists, painting a picture of anomalies that mainstream science struggles to explain. Public reaction is mixed. Some view these findings as a wake-up call to potential manipulations of our environment, while others dismiss them as mere natural phenomena. Among the most intriguing revelations are sightings of mysterious beams of light piercing the sky, intensely bright, well-defined vertical shafts that appear in remote locations without an apparent source. These phenomena have been reported across the globe, from Norway to Australia, captivating imaginations and sparking a flurry of theories. Skywatcher's mission is clear: to raise public awareness and push the scientific community to delve deeper into these mysteries, which may have profound implications for our understanding of the natural world and even global security. This extraordinary tale beckons us to question what we know and to explore the unknown with renewed curiosity. The public response to these revelations has been one of widespread fascination and curiosity. Social media platforms and online forums buzz with speculation and theories whenever new sightings are reported. Many people interpret these beams as potential evidence of extraterrestrial activity or secretive government experiments, reflecting a deep-seated human curiosity about the unknown. Other strange phenomena include unexplained atmospheric lights and sounds. Reports of mysterious sky glows, often occurring in conjunction with seismic activity, have been documented in regions like Japan and California. Additionally, unusual sounds, often described as skyquakes or atmospheric booms, have been heard in multiple locations, adding to the list of puzzling weather-related events. Mysterious green lasers. In recent years, reports have emerged from various parts of the world detailing a perplexing phenomenon: a mysterious green laser beam seen hitting the ground, leaving observers bewildered and intrigued. This strange occurrence has sparked curiosity and speculation, prompting questions about its origin, purpose, and potential implications. From the urban streets of bustling cities to the remote wilderness of rural landscapes, sightings of the mysterious green laser have captivated the imaginations of people across the globe. One of the most striking aspects of these reports is the consistency in the description of the phenomenon. Witnesses describe seeing a vivid green laser beam emanating from an unknown source and striking the ground with precision and intensity. The beam is often described as pulsating or flickering, casting an eerie glow over the surrounding area and leaving observers spellbound by its otherworldly appearance. The locations of these sightings vary widely, spanning continents and encompassing diverse environments, from densely populated urban centers to remote rural regions. The mysterious green laser has been observed in a wide range of settings, adding to the intrigue and mystique surrounding the phenomenon. Oddly enough, users have come forward and said that these lasers are so powerful that in certain regions they have left holes in the ground. In urban areas, witnesses report seeing the green laser beam emanating from tall buildings or hovering in the night sky before striking the ground below. The sudden appearance of the beam often triggers a flurry of activity as bystanders stop to gaze in wonder and speculation, attempting to capture the elusive sight on camera or video. In rural and wilderness areas, sightings of the mysterious green laser take on a different character, with witnesses encountering the phenomenon in the midst of remote landscapes and natural settings. Hikers, campers, and outdoor enthusiasts recount stories of seeing the beam pierce the darkness of the night, illuminating the surroundings with an otherworldly glow and prompting awe and wonder at the spectacle unfolding before them. Theories abound regarding the origin and purpose of the mysterious green laser. Some speculate that it could be the result of experimental technology or secret military testing, suggesting that it may be part of a classified project or surveillance operation. Others entertain more outlandish explanations, positing that it could be a sign of extraterrestrial activity or a message from an advanced civilization beyond our own. Despite efforts to unravel the mystery, concrete answers remain elusive, and the true nature of the mysterious green laser continues to elude explanation. Official inquiries have yielded little information, with authorities unable to provide a definitive explanation for the phenomenon. This lack of clarity only serves to deepen the intrigue and fascination surrounding the mysterious occurrence, fueling speculation and debate among experts and enthusiasts alike. As reports of the mysterious green laser continue to emerge from around the world, the phenomenon has become the subject of widespread fascination and curiosity. Amateur researchers and investigators scour photographs and videos in search of clues, analyzing the behavior and trajectory of the beam in an effort to unravel its secrets. In the absence of concrete evidence or official explanation, the mysterious green laser remains shrouded in mystery, leaving observers to wonder and speculate about its true nature and significance. Whether it is a product of human technology, natural phenomenon, or something more mysterious and inexplicable, the phenomenon serves as a reminder of the enduring fascination of the unknown and the boundless mysteries that lie beyond our comprehension. The proliferation of sightings involving green lasers striking the ground across different regions of the world has sparked widespread intrigue and speculation. While numerous theories have been proposed to explain this mysterious phenomenon, one possibility that has garnered attention is the notion that these occurrences could be linked to secret military experiments conducted by various governments. Military experimentation involving laser technology is not a novel concept. Governments and defense agencies have long been engaged in research and development efforts aimed at harnessing the capabilities of lasers for a variety of purposes, including communication, targeting, and non-lethal deterrence. Green lasers, in particular, have garnered interest due to their unique properties and versatility in various applications. One plausible explanation for the sightings of green lasers striking the ground is that they are part of classified military experiments aimed at testing new technologies or conducting reconnaissance activities. These experiments may involve the deployment of unmanned aerial vehicles equipped with laser systems capable of emitting focused beams of light. By directing these lasers towards specific targets on the ground, military researchers could gather valuable data on the efficacy and precision of their equipment under real-world conditions. Furthermore, green lasers are known for their visibility over long distances, making them ideal for signaling and communication purposes. In military contexts, such lasers could be used to convey messages or designate targets during covert operations or reconnaissance missions. By striking the ground with precisely directed laser beams, operatives could transmit encoded signals or markings that are only visible to trained personnel or surveillance equipment equipped with the appropriate detection capabilities. Another possibility is that the sightings of green lasers hitting the ground are part of defensive measures implemented by military forces to deter or neutralize potential threats. In this scenario, lasers could be employed as non-lethal weapons capable of temporarily disorienting or incapacitating adversaries without causing permanent harm. By deploying laser systems in strategic locations and directing them toward perceived threats, military forces could effectively deter hostile actions or protect sensitive installations from unauthorized access. Moreover, the clandestine nature of these military experiments lends credence to the theory that they may be conducted in remote or inaccessible locations away from prying eyes. The use of green lasers provides an added layer of concealment, as the beams can be difficult to detect or trace back to their source, especially at night or in low-light conditions. This clandestine approach allows military researchers to conduct experiments with minimal risk of detection or interference from civilian observers or rival nations. However, the potential implications of secret military experiments involving green lasers extend beyond mere curiosity or speculation. Skywatcher's revelations underscore the importance of rigorous scientific inquiry into these mysterious beams of light. These phenomena, if studied systematically, could lead to new discoveries about our atmosphere, energy systems, and possibly advanced life. Encouraging open and transparent research is crucial for understanding and potentially harnessing these phenomena. There are legitimate concerns regarding guarding the safety and security of such activities, particularly in light of the potential hazards posed by laser technology, including eye injuries, interference with aviation operations, and environmental damage. Furthermore, the clandestine nature of these experiments raises questions about accountability, oversight, and the potential for misuse or abuse of power by military authorities. As of right now, while the sightings of green lasers striking the ground across the world may initially seem mysterious, serious, or inexplicable, one plausible explanation is that they are linked to secret military experiments conducted by various governments. These experiments may involve the testing of new technologies, communication systems, or defensive measures aimed at enhancing national security and military capabilities. However, the clandestine nature of these activities raises legitimate concerns regarding safety, accountability, and the potential for misuse. As such, further investigation and oversight are warranted to ensure that such experiments are conducted responsibly and in accordance with international laws and regulations. Anonymous recently revealed NASA is concealing critical information. Although many of these online hackers were actually caught, showing people that they were not untouchable, with various members being arrested due to computer hacking, fraud, and other activities, now members are treating this as a full-time job and are constantly releasing information to the general public. The majority of the leaks revolve around politics, but once in a while, some members go into detail about some of the stranger things that go on in our world. One of the most recent leaks by a member of Anonymous was about the inner workings of the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, with the members saying that files obtained by them via hacking and also through declassified networks show that NASA is very much involved in the search for advanced life forms and that they have proof of some sort of contact. They note that the space agency is keeping this from the general public. It's important to note that NASA, the government, and other space agencies have denied this and have stated that they've never found anything that suggests advanced life forms exist. However, Anonymous has said that they found proof to counter this. One of the members said the following: "Our civilization is on the verge of discovering evidence of alien life in the cosmos, taking into account all of the different activities and missions that are specifically searching for evidence of alien life. We are on the edge of making one of the most profound and unprecedented discoveries in history." Another member said the following: "We have obtained files that back up what others have been saying. We are not claiming to be the ones who originally discovered this information, but upon seeing it, our goal has now become clear. We need to get this out to as many people as possible and show them that we're part of something much bigger and that we need to start having a more open discussion about our place in the universe." Anonymous said that discussions are now starting to reach a wider audience, and that we should start listening to those who've encountered these mysterious aircraft, saying that NASA has been aware of these for a long time, and that those who've tried to get this information out there are usually stopped. Professionals have long tried to tell their stories about some of the strange things they've encountered, including military personnel, passenger pilots, and even members of Congress who have long talked about an advanced threat that has been detected across our entire planet. The reason these things are labeled as a threat is due to their capabilities and not necessarily because they've done things that have harmed humans. Many have made connections between these announcements and those of Gary McKinnon. In 1983, when Gary McKinnon was just 17 years old, he went to his local cinema in North London to see a new movie called War Games. In the movie, a computer genius hacks into a Pentagon network. The movie had a big impression on Gary, and it got him thinking that maybe he could also be a hacker. Coupled with his interest in science fiction and mysterious flying aircraft, his passion for hacking was only ever going to lead him in one direction. Between February 2001 and March 2002, Gary McKinnon was able to hack into U.S. computer networks, where he allegedly uncovered a whole host of information that would land him in deep water, facing possible extradition to the United States. So, the question is, what information did he expose? McKinnon claimed he had managed to gain access to NASA websites and, in an interview with Rich Planet TV, claimed to have found information related to advanced flying aircraft and extraterrestrial life. He claimed to have seen an Excel sheet with the ranks and names of unknown people, as well as another sheet with tabs for material transfers between ships. He tried to research the names of the ships, around 8 or 10 in total, but was unable to find any more information relating to any of them. None of these ships were public knowledge, which led him to believe that they were either secret projects or part of a non-terrestrial U.S. initiative. McKinnon said the following: "It was not a typical thing in the military at all, so I took that as they probably have a secret space program. Many have said that Gary may have found the early workings of the Space Force and noted that Space Force may already have ships in space. He gained access to these top documents through a program called Lanzange. After obtaining control over the domain, he had the capability to search all the files and folders on every machine. Many who followed Gary's story have said that many of the things he said back then are now being proven, noting that one former Israeli space security chief said similar things to what Gary found." Associate Administrator of the agency's Science Mission Directorate Thomas Zurbuchen said the following regarding these announcements: "Are we alone in the universe? While we do not know yet, we have missions moving forward that may help to answer that fundamental question." House Committee on Science, Space, and Technology. Chairman Lamar Smith said the following during a Congress hearing: "Only in the last few decades have we been able to detect the existence of other worlds. The pursuit of evidence of life beyond our planets fascinates the American people." Others have followed these comments made by Anonymous and said that various programs have been created to study these mysterious flying aircraft and that billions of taxpayers' money have been used to fund these programs. This has led to some saying that the public deserves to know what's going on, especially if they're the ones funding these programs. But even though these programs have been ongoing for over 60 years, some information won't be released for hundreds of years due to specific laws. Officials have denied that there's anything of interest and have said that some things the general public doesn't need to know about. Pathogen. Genetically modified mice. In an age where scientific advancements are rapidly accelerating, ethical boundaries and public safety are constant concerns. Recently, a controversy erupted when an anonymous hacker revealed that scientists are planning on releasing thousands of genetically altered mice in Massachusetts. This revelation has sparked a significant debate over the ethical implications, potential risks, and the transparency of genetic research. In late 2023, an anonymous hacker published a trove of documents and emails from a prominent research institution in Massachusetts. These documents detailed a project involving the release of thousands of genetically altered mice into various locations across the state. According to the hacker, the objective of this project was to study the ecological impacts and potential benefits of these modified organisms in a real-world environment. The documents revealed that the mice had undergone several genetic modifications aimed at enhancing their resistance to diseases and altering their behaviors. These changes were intended to create a population of super mice that could potentially serve as models for future biomedical research and agricultural applications. The proposal involves introducing genetically modified mice to the island, marking an unprecedented experiment in the fight against Lyme disease. Nantucket exhibits some of the most elevated rates of Lyme infection in the nation. The proposal, introduced on Monday, entails altering the genetic makeup of tens of thousands of mice to prevent them from transmitting the Lyme bacterium to ticks, which subsequently infect humans. A professor from MIT introduced a concept to the Nantucket Board of Health, and a group of approximately 20 residents and scientists who generally expressed support for it. If the experiment is implemented, it might potentially represent the first introduction of genetically modified animals using the state-of-the-art gene editing technique known as clustered regularly interspaced short palindromic repeats. Lyme disease is a substantial challenge for the inhabitants of Nantucket. According to government data, the island had the highest incidence of Lyme disease among all counties in the U.S. from 1992 to 2001, then ranked third from 2002 to 2006. Dr. Tim Lior, a surgeon at Nantucket Hospital who has been treating patients with Lyme disease since the 1980s, believes that the number of infected individuals is higher than what is reported by institutions. According to him, his office typically receives approximately 1,550 patients in a given year, and occasionally twice that number. Esvelt aims to decrease the occurrence of Lyme disease by specifically targeting the white-footed mouse, which plays a crucial role as a host for ticks that carry Lyme disease. Ticks feed on mice, acquiring bacteria in the process, which they subsequently transmit to other mice and people. If scientists can interrupt the transmission of Lyme disease between the mouse and the tick, it might potentially disrupt the cycle of infection and lead to a significant decrease in Lyme disease rates. In order to achieve this, Esvelt's team would initially have to identify the genes responsible for inhibiting the transmission of the Lyme bacterium in certain mice. By generating and introducing mice with multiple copies of these genes, it is possible to generate a population of mice that are resistant. According to Esvelt's prediction, it would require a minimum of 1 year for any impact to be observed on the tick populations and illness rates. Esvelt strongly believes that endeavors with the potential to unilaterally alter ecosystems that are shared by multiple individuals necessitate a level of transparency that has hitherto been absent in scientific practices. Esvelt stated that subsequent community meetings might potentially develop a more definitive course of action, which would grant the municipality complete authority to veto decisions throughout the process. During the discussion, Esvelt proposed implementing this plan initially on an uninhabited island and subsequently expanding it to an inhabited island such as Martha's Vineyard or Nantucket, based on the preferences of the local community. According to Esvelt's presentation, genetically modified mice might potentially be introduced to an unpopulated island by the year 2020 and to Nantucket by 2023. According to Esvelt, a possible Nantucket operation may necessitate the use of more than 100,000 mice, with batches of 20,000 to 40,000 being released every 2.5 months. If the study on Nantucket proves to be successful in the distant future, it might perhaps initiate an endeavor to distribute these genetically modified mice across larger areas of the Northeast region. The genetic modification intended to enhance disease resistance in mice could also pose significant public health risks. If these modifications somehow make the mice carriers of new or altered pathogens, they could potentially introduce new diseases to both wildlife and humans. Furthermore, the increased reproductive rates of these mice might lead to overpopulation, increasing the likelihood of human-wildlife interactions and the spread of zoonotic diseases. The most glaring issue in this controversy is the lack of transparency and public awareness. The research institution's decision to conduct this experiment without informing the public or obtaining the necessary regulatory approvals is a serious breach of ethical standards. In any scientific endeavor, especially those involving genetic modification, transparency and public involvement are crucial. The public has a right to know about activities that could potentially impact their environment and health. The advent of genetic modification technology has revolutionized biological sciences, offering unprecedented opportunities for advancements in agriculture, medicine, and environmental conservation. However, the release of genetically modified animals into the wild presents a myriad of potential disadvantages and ecological risks. One of the primary concerns regarding the release of genetically modified animals into the wild is the potential for these organisms to outcompete native species. Genetically modified animals might possess enhanced traits such as increased growth rates, disease resistance, or reproductive capabilities. While these traits can be beneficial in controlled environments, they can lead to unintended ecological imbalances in the wild. Native species, which have evolved alongside their ecosystems over millennia, may find themselves unable to compete with the new genetically superior organisms. This competitive disadvantage can lead to declines or even extinctions of native species, ultimately reducing biodiversity. Introducing these animals into an ecosystem can disrupt established food chains. For example, a genetically modified predator with enhanced hunting abilities could decimate prey populations, causing a cascade of effects throughout the ecosystem. Conversely, a genetically modified herbivore with increased reproductive rates could overgraze vegetation, leading to habitat degradation and the loss of species that rely on those plants for food and shelter. These disruptions can have far-reaching consequences, altering the structure and function of entire ecosystems. One of the significant risks associated with releasing these animals is the potential for gene flow to wild populations through interbreeding. If genetically modified animals mate with their wild counterparts, their altered genes can be introduced into the gene pool of the native population. This genetic contamination can have unpredictable effects, potentially leading to the emergence of hybrid species with unknown ecological roles and behaviors. Such hybridization can dilute the genetic integrity of wild populations, undermining their adaptability and resilience. The introduction of genetically modified genes into wild populations can lead to unintended consequences. For instance, genes that confer advantages in a controlled environment might prove detrimental in the wild. A gene that increases an animal's size might make it more visible to predators or less efficient in its natural habitat. Additionally, genetic modifications can have pleiotropic effects, where a single gene affects multiple traits, leading to unforeseen ecological impacts. These unintended consequences can destabilize ecosystems and create management challenges. Genetically modified animals with enhanced disease resistance could alter the dynamics of diseases within ecosystems. While reducing disease prevalence in a controlled setting is beneficial, in the wild, it could lead to complex interactions. For example, if a genetically modified animal is resistant to a particular parasite, the parasite might shift to infect other species, potentially causing new disease outbreaks. Moreover, the presence of disease-resistant animals could exert selective pressure on pathogens, leading to the evolution of more virulent strains that could affect both genetically and non-genetically modified populations. The release of these animals raises significant ethical concerns. The welfare of genetically modified animals must be considered, as genetic modifications can lead to unintended suffering or health issues. Additionally, the ethical implications of altering natural organisms and ecosystems for human benefit must be critically examined. There is a moral responsibility to ensure that the benefits of genetic modifications outweigh the potential harms to wildlife and ecosystems. The long-term impacts of releasing genetically modified animals into the wild are uncertain and require ongoing monitoring and management. Post-release monitoring programs must be established to track the ecological and genetic effects of these organisms. Adaptive management strategies should be in place to respond to any unforeseen consequences. This long-term commitment is necessary to ensure that the benefits of genetic modifications are realized while minimizing ecological risks. As of right now, the release of genetically modified animals into the wild presents significant ecological, ethical, and social challenges. While genetic modification technology holds great promise, it is crucial to carefully weigh the potential benefits against the risks. The ecological impacts of genetically modified animals, including competition with native species, genetic contamination, and disruption of disease dynamics, must be thoroughly evaluated. Ethical considerations and public perception should guide the development and implementation of genetic technologies. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, and for more such interesting videos, take a look at the channel. Thanks for watching.